Hi friends, it's Miss Kelly, and today we're going to read a story called The Princess and the Pig. It is by Jonathan Emmett and Polly Bernatine. She is the illustrator. Look at these cute illustrations. Aren't they great? The Princess and the Pig. When I look at the cover, I'm looking at the princess, and what do you think she likes to do? Something I love to do, read books. And what is the pig doing? Oh my goodness. It's funny because the pig looks like she's dressed more like a princess than actually the princess. Okay, do you have your wonders? Do you have your predictions? Let's start to read. Princess and the Pig. Oh. You can see the setting of the story. Do you think it happened a long time ago? It doesn't look like it's in a city, does it? It looks like it's in a kingdom. Not all that long ago, in a kingdom not far from here, a farmer was traveling home from the market with a cartload of straw. The farmer was so poor that he didn't have a horse and had to pull his own cart. In the back of the cart lay a tiny pink piglet. Oh, how cute. Nobody wanted to buy the piglet at the market, but the farmer had taken pity on it. I'll call you Pigmella, he decided. Does this seem like a good name for a pig? What a cutie pie pig. It was a hot day, and the farmer stopped to rest in the shade of a great castle. Far, far above him, on a high balcony, a queen was inspecting her new baby daughter. The queen was so rich that she had 7 nannies and didn't have to look after her own child. Oh. The queen picked the baby out of her cradle and held her at arm's length. I'll call it Priscilla, she decided. Does this seem like a good name for a princess? What do you think of the queen that calls her daughter an it? Not good. A moment later, a wet, squelching noise came from the baby's diaper, closely followed by an awful smell. Yuck! Shrieked the queen, dropping the baby and running off to find the royal nannies. She left so quickly that she didn't notice she had dropped the baby over the edge of the balcony. Where's that baby gonna land, friends? Down, down, down went the baby into the farmer's cart. Up, up, up flew the piglet into the princess's cradle. Is the cover making more sense, friends? This is a good twist. When the queen returned and found the piglet lying where the baby should have been, she let out an even louder shriek and fainted into the nanny's arms. The king thought he knew what had happened. A bad fairy has done this, he explained. The fairy wasn't invited to the princess's christening, so she turned the baby into a piglet to get her revenge. It's the sort of thing that happens all the times in books. The book he's referring to is Sleeping Beauty. Have any of you read that book or seen the movie? Meanwhile, the farmer had returned home and was surprised to discover a baby girl lying where the piglet should have been. The farmer's wife thought she knew what had happened. A good fairy has done this, she explained. The fairy knew how poor and honest we are and how badly we wanted a child, so she turned the piglet into a baby. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books. What book is she reading? Thumbelina. Maybe we'll have to read that. I think I have that book. And so, without a second thought, the baby became Pigmella, the farmer's daughter. Oh. And the piglet became Priscilla, the royal princess. This is very humorous. It wasn't long before Pigmella was able to eat, walk, and get dressed all by herself. And the farmer and his wife soon forgot that she had ever been a pig. Things were not so easy for Priscilla. She's eating out of the bowl. She's running around. But the king and queen never let anyone forget that she was really a princess. She doesn't like to wear clothes. As Pigmella grew older, she grew smarter and beautiful and was admired by everyone she met. As Priscilla grew older, she grew not so smart and not so beautiful and was avoided by everyone she met. Then one day, the farmer's wife overheard some of the castle servants talking about the princess who turned into a pig. "It's just what happened to Pigmella," she told her husband, "only the other way around." The farmer soon guessed what had happened. "The princess and the pig must have swapped places somehow," he explained. "It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books." And that book is The Prince and the Pauper. The poor farmer and his wife were very unhappy. They loved Pigmella, but they knew they must return her to her rightful home. Oh, they're heartbroken. Pigmella was also unhappy. She loved the farmer and his wife and did not want to live anywhere with anyone else. But they were an honest family, so the next day they all went to the castle to see the king and queen. The king and queen listened to the farmer's story. You can see Priscilla up there on the throne too. What do you think is going to happen? But they didn't believe it. "What nonsense!" cried the queen. "Ridiculous!" The king laughed. "This girl may be smart and beautiful, but she does not look or speak like a real princess." Looney Tunes. The queen thought she knew what was happening. "It's a trick," she declared. "That girl is just a farmer's daughter, pretending to be a princess so that she can marry a prince. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books." And they're reading Puss in Boots. This makes me want to read a lot of different fairy tales. And so Pigmella returned home with the farmer and his wife, where she married a young shepherd and lived happily ever after and never once wished that she had been a princess. I wonder what happens to Priscilla. Oh no. And Priscilla also got married to a handsome prince, although he had to be talked into it. Priscilla was changed into a pig by a bad fairy, the king explained. But once you kiss her, the spell will be broken and she will turn back into a beautiful princess, added the queen. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books, they assured him. The Frog Prince. But unfortunately for the prince, look at Priscilla all dressed up in a wedding gown. It's not the sort of thing that happens in this particular book. The end. I hope you liked that silly story. I really enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Love you, miss you.